Hello and welcome to another sit down video. This one will be a video on my 2024 favorites. So I will be sharing with you guys things that I love to eat, love to watch, and love to use. So we have a few categories to go through. There isn't as much because I wanted to keep things condensed. I thought I would give the spotlight to a few other things I loved last year. And of course we are starting off with albums or music that I loved last year. Starting off with Gallant's Zinc. Gallant is an artist that I've been listening to for a very long time, and his music is just so touching and you really feel it in your heart. I love his lyricism, I love his artistry. He is a very rare artist, I think, in this day and age. He cares about his craft so much. His music just speaks to my soul, and I will never miss a release from him. I will never be disappointed by anything that he puts out. I first discovered Gallant in 2014 when he released one of his EPs, and my favorite song from him at the time was Jupiter Grayscale, which then later became the song Jupiter in his Neptune album. The newer version really did elevate that song and made it so much better, even better than it was originally. And for Zinc, as for my favorite songs on this album, I would say that I really like Atoms. Atoms is a song that is giving an older vibe to it, and I love the guitar solo, I love the instrumentals, I love lyrics. There's just so much that I want to point out about that song that I really enjoyed. But other than Atoms, I also really liked Crimes of Compassion. That one has such a soothing melody, a melody that's very easy to follow. That tune is just one that I never get tired of. And next favorite listen is an EP called Don't Text Me Back by Rowena Physics. This one, I discovered this artist late last year. I hadn't heard any of her songs before, but one of her songs called All Over You came up in a playlist I was listening to, and I was just very intrigued by the seductiveness and the sultriness of her music and her vocals. She's definitely an artist that I want to keep an eye out for and just see where she goes next with her music. I listen to all of her songs, and there's one that I don't like. It's just all so good. Because All Over You was the first one that I really listened to and discovered, and I love her vocal runs in that song and the head voice she uses. I think that one's my favorite from this EP. And then I also really loved Wave to Earth's Play with Earth 3. Wave to Earth is an artist that I think a lot of people really enjoy listening to. Their music is very soothing. It gives off a summery beach vibe, and some other songs can also give off a cozy winter day vibe. I do put a lot of their songs on summer playlists, like when I go with my friends on beach trips or other summer trips. I always put Wave to Earth on the playlist. I think they really encapsulate that summer vibe where you're just out and you're free and you're with people that you care about. Favorite songs off of this one, I think my top one is Beck. I love the guitar in that one. In the outro, the guitar just is really addicting, and I'm a big guitar solo fan. I play guitar myself, although I'm not that good, but I think hearing that part in the song, it's like worth that listen, and it really pulls the song all together. I also really love Slow Dive. Slow Dive is more soothing, but the intro to that, the instrumental at the beginning, it draws you in. You're just feeling weightless, and it's really hard to describe, but it's very comforting in a way. So those two, I would say, are songs that never really leave my rotation. And if you follow me on Spotify, as you should, I'm always listening to music. I never really stopped listening to Tyla's self-titled album, Tyla. This one, overall, I think the album was very upbeat. This album just took me, and I loved all the songs, whether they were upbeat, whether they were slower songs. Her voice is so soothing. I love listening to her vocals. I would say my two favorite songs on this album are Breathe Me, and I think it's a battle between Truth or Dare and On and On. Honestly, we can just go with both. With On and On, it's like a more chill vibe, but you're still getting beats. And I love the vocal runs in that one. I love that song in general. Breathe Me, it's a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more intense, I think. But with that album, you're getting different vibes, and I think there's a happy medium for everyone. And the last album is Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. I am not a big pop music listener, but with Billie Eilish songs, I just love her voice. She has a very soft-spoken voice, but she's also very talented. She could definitely sing and hit all those high notes. So whenever she releases something, I do check it out, and I really enjoyed this album as well. For favorites on this one, definitely Chihiro. When I saw the title, I just knew that it was Spirited Away inspired with the character's name as the song title. I love the beats in that. I think Phineas did a really good job with keeping the tempo and making the song very interesting. Like, you listen to it for the first time, you don't really expect it to go a certain way, but then it does, and you're just like so amazed and so into it. And Billy's vocals in this song, amazing, amazing. Other than Chihiro, which is more upbeat, my next favorite is Wildflower, which is a totally different vibe. It's very mellow, it's more ballad and emotional. And our next category is food. I'm a big foodie. I love discovering new cuisines, new foods, new dishes that I can enjoy. And as I said before, food is an experience that I think should be shared and should be enjoyed. Starting off with this kanchang kieran, which my friends and I had in Santa Monica at a restaurant called Interstellar. This one was our dinner appetizer. We went straight after Y'all West, and it was a long day. We were very tired. I saw marinated eggs on the menu. I was like, let's get that, and we shared it amongst the three of us. The egg was cooked to perfection. It was very gooey in the center. The outside really absorbed all of that marinade, which made it so flavorful. And you know, you got your garlic, you got your scallions, and then you have your bed of rice, which is soft. I'm not a big fan of rice that is a little harder, has bite to it. I kind of like soft, fluffy rice, so this was so perfect, and they got it so good. Another dish I really enjoyed this year was the banh mi jiao at Neb Cafe in Irvine. I think most of our table ordered this dish, but it's basically a sizzling plate. You have eggs, you have ham. This one was more elevated, so it had sirloin steak. And then you have like tomatoes on the side, you have pate. It's just a very hearty dish. It makes you full, it makes you satisfied, and along with this plate, you also have a Vietnamese baguette that you can use to dip into the entire dish. And this dish is also a childhood favorite of mine. My family would always make it for breakfast. It really reminded me of my grandmother's cooking and my mother's cooking, so I feel like I had a little slice of home and a slice of my childhood. And then we have the cod doshirak, which is from Perilla, LA. My cousin and I checked out this place. I actually found this place on social media in a vlog that I watched back in the day. Perilla, LA, it's this really small shop near Dodger Stadium. It was kind of hard to find. It's a little off the freeway. I got the cod doshirak, which included the fish, rice. There's also side dishes that they kind of really focus on. So we had broccoli and some kimchi vegetables. There was a marinated egg on the side, and I think some kind of potato scoop. I also really want to try their kimbap, but the family in front of me grabbed the last one. So definitely next time if I go again, which I do plan to, I would like to go a little bit earlier so I can try more foods and just taste everything they have. And next we have oysters. Very simple oysters, but I grew up in the East Coast. I love seafood. I just cannot pass up seafood. So these are Blue Point and Miyagi oysters. They were very good. We went to Lala Grill and we sat right at a table near the windows where you could see the ocean waves pull in. It was just so aesthetic, so vibey, and I really enjoyed the oysters. I hadn't had oysters in a very long time, so I got my fix. The last food item is a bit of a self-promo, but it is the Bún Bò Huế at Bamilicious, which is my parents' restaurant. Bún Bò Huế is a spicier noodle dish. The noodles are thicker than the pho noodles are. The broth is darker. It has a bit more spice and more flavor to it, in my opinion. It's my favorite soup dish in all of Vietnamese cuisine. And because my mother makes it, it is my grandmother's recipe. It's very nostalgic, reminds me of her cooking, and reminds me of growing up and just eating homemade food. I think people who are looking for something warm and cozy but still packed with flavor, this is the one you should go for. And the next category I have is beauty/skincare. I didn't have enough to do just beauty and just skincare, so I'm just gonna combine them. But this past year I really got into lip glosses, so I picked up these from Tower 28. I tried Tower 28's concealer and I tried their skin tint, which I like, although it is a bit too dewy for my oily skin. But these lippies I really like. The pigment is so good and it's very glossy, it's long lasting. These two shades I opted for. This one is called Sesame. This one is Almond. And with the almond one, it's very my lips but better. I really like using this if I'm not going for a look that's very overpowering. And then this one is more of a cool tone pink, I would say. It does add a little bit more life to my lips, so I have used this up a lot. And then leading into the next products, I have the Peri Pera Inky lip liners. I got to lip liners last year also. I thought that my lips needed something extra, and I can't believe I never tried lip liners before. I always thought they looked too harsh on me. Then I got these, and they're so creamy, so easy to apply and blend. So this one is Milky Brown, and then this one is Rosy Nude. From the names you can tell this one's pink, this one's more brownish. They pair very well, so I use almond with the Milky Brown, and I use Rosy Nude with the Sesame, and these combos are amazing. I rotate between these two a lot. Now around mid last year, YesStyle did send me and a bunch of other creators a Mixsoon skincare package, so I received like every skincare item that Mixsoon has put out, and this Mixsoon Centella Asiatica toner became one of my new holy grails. I think toner is very important in my skincare. It really sets the tone and starts off the rest of my routine very well. This one is very moisturizing. It's not sticky, it's not too drying or anything. I think it's the perfect amount of moisture for my oily skin. This is my second bottle. I repurchased it. I really like it, and it became a new staple in my routine. And another Mixsoon product, this is the Glacier Water Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This one is a bit more moisturizing. It has a more thick and viscous consistency. I did start seeing an esthetician last year to get dermaplanes and to just improve my skin condition. And she was like, you have dry patches on your chin and around your nose. You should use hyaluronic acid. I received this in the PR package. I used it, and it's just been a vital part of my routine ever since. And the last product, because I am aging and I'm almost 30, this is the Misia Retinol 500 Shock Cream. And I have used retinol before, but I use more serum-based retinol. This one is a cream, so it's a lot easier to apply. I had issues with remembering to store my retinol in the fridge or storing it in specific areas to keep it fresh. But this one doesn't have any storing instructions that I know of, so I just store it normally with my other skincare. I think it does keep my skin smooth and looking younger now that I'm getting older, and I need to focus a bit more on this. And my main reason for opting for this one is because Sana from Twice does the commercials for this brand, and that's just my fangirl heart speaking, but I do really love this product. And of course, I can't forget about games. I didn't play as many games last year. I kind of really focused on gacha games and trying to catch up on the multiple gacha games that I unfortunately started. And I haven't finished all these games. They're either still in early access or I'm still working my way through them. So first off is Fields of Mystria. I'm not a stranger when it comes to farming sims and really cozy, chill games. And Fields of Mystria, although it is a farming game and they're still in early access, I think the features that the creators have added and the quality of life features that the game already came with far exceeds any other farming sim. Everything's just so much easier and so intuitive for the player, and I just wish that other games did that in the beginning. This game also has a very 90s Sailor Moon art style. The characters are very well designed. I think Fields of Mystria, I have a hard time settling on one person's romance because they're just all so interesting and very well designed and very diverse looking too. So although I'm like on the fence between like 4 love interests, I will go with Ayland. I love Ayland. He's just like that D&D nerdy prince-like character. He loves sweets. I'm excited to see how far the heart events go and how that whole storyline develops for my character and him. And next one is an Otome game, which I do play a lot of. This one I've been working on finishing for a while. I'm just taking my time with it, enjoying it. But it is Jack John, which is very Odon High School Host Club plotline. You have your main character Kisa. She has to pretend to be a guide to attend this prestigious performing arts school that her brother used to attend. All the routes are very slice of life, and you're going through student life, you're attending classes, there's a rhythm game aspect to it. So it's very fun. It's not just visual novel reading, there's different things that you have to do in order to get the ending you want. And right now I'm on Fumi's route, which has been fun, but I think the route so far that really stuck out to me was Mitsuki's route. I related to Mitsuki a lot, and I just feel like his route was very satisfying. I was not disappointed at all. Although I do tend to like the final route guy, which in this case is Neji. I think Mitsuki's route will still be a top favorite of mine. The music in this game is very nice. The vocals of the voice actors are great. It's just a very well-rounded and fun game, I think. And the last game I have is Baldur's Gate 3. I am not very familiar with Baldur's Gate as a franchise and the previous games, but this game was very popular at a certain time and a lot of my friends were playing it and they recommended it to me. So I thought, why not jump in and try it for myself? Although I usually don't start a lot of new games, as I'm always trying to catch up on the multitude of gacha games that I start and then never really get up to speed with. I thought that this would be a nice change of pace, and the game is very fun. The story is very intriguing. It just feels very personal, and there's so many pathways and so many choices you can make that can alter the story. So as the game is very D&D focused, you roll your die to determine the outcome of a choice you make. There's common D&D races like elves and drows and Githyanki. There's common D&D locations like the Underdark. As someone who plays D&D with friends, this is just another step up, and you kind of have the whole setting set up for you. You have visuals, and there is a storyline already set up for you. So if you don't want to play D&D, buy the book. This game will be a good option, I think. And my character, she is a human. I do play as a human a lot in fantasy games. I know that's very boring and unoriginal, but I love my human sorcerer who I named Seraphina. Her face card never declines. She is that girl. And romance-wise, I went for Karlach. When I first met Karlach in the game, I was like, there's no question I have to romance her. And she's so cute and so sweet. I am glad that I went with this route. I would not have it any other way. And moving on to our watches category, I was gonna name this anime, but then I thought I would include movies or something, but the list only includes anime, so it's like a watches anime what I watched last year category. Starting off with Frieren. Frieren really caught me by surprise. I didn't expect to see and experience so much profoundness in this anime. Seeing Frieren as the main character learn how to appreciate the moment even though she has a long life, and realize things in the past that she may have not realized in that moment was very heartwarming, and it does get emotional and a little bit bittersweet at times, but I think the show and the story feels really raw and it feels very present. You can really apply these situations to your actual life. It's very, I wouldn't say completely slice of life, but it really gets you thinking and makes you feel very introspective. Another favorite of mine was Apothecary Diaries. This one, it's such a humorous show at times, but you get that sense of mystery and intrigue as our main character Mao Mao is trying to solve these cases within the palace. You're just never bored per episode. And the romance in this, it hasn't really developed at this point yet. I love the romance trope when the guy is just like pathetically head over heels over the girl, that he can't function, he just like can't get a grip. It's just so good. It's so good. And next I watched Delicious in Dungeon. This one I think a lot of people talked about when it first came out. I also saw a lot of fan art from it, so I thought why not add this to my watch list. It was very heartwarming anime. It is very food focused, and you get to see the process of the characters cooking food and describing it in great detail. The main crew in the anime, they're also very funny, and it has very strong found family aspect, I think. And with season 2 coming up, I think that the plot is thickening to a point where I'm like super interested. Gonna be learning more about the elves and how our main crew will navigate through the world now that they've done what they've done. And for an anime that is a few years out, I next watched Vivi, which I also really liked. This one, I'm a big fan of any sort of time loop or time travel. The music in this anime, it's very catchy. The opening song plays in my head a lot and I'm always humming to it because it's just so good. But in this world of androids and humans, you get to see how different characters perceive the world and whether they embrace it and try to live alongside the androids, or they reject it and rebel against the society that doesn't really favor them anymore. And Vivi, our main character, she really learns how to be more human, and she just grows more in tune with her feelings. I think this anime also had a very satisfying ending. I think the ending was very fitting. It made the journey very much worth it. And the last anime, which I feel like is a different genre, a different vibe from the rest of these I've mentioned, is Assassination Classroom Season 1. I finally finished watching that. I find the show to be very funny, very humorous, but the overarching plotline of these students have to kill their teacher or he will destroy Earth at a certain point. I think that that's really interesting to see where that would go, and I'm really intrigued by these kids and how they're so skilled in assassination. I also was drawn to the main character Nagisa because we have the same MBTI, and as I was watching it I was like, okay, yep, he's giving off INFJ vibes and I can relate to him at certain points. So this one I think was a nice little break, a different genre from what I usually watch, and it was very entertaining to watch. Now for our last category, I will be going over accessories that I really loved this past year. I think that accessories can really spice up any outfit, spice up any item that you have, and make it a bit more personalized for you. As you guys know, this past year I figured out that I suit silver jewelry a lot better, and if I ever do a color analysis and they tell me that I'm warm toned, I will be a little bit devastated because I just really love silver. So starting off, I have these really simple pearl earrings from Megan Makes Things. I actually bought from her in SF a couple years ago, but these ones I got at SJ Made. I think it was called the Summerfest, and she was there, so I ran to her booth and I picked up these. I was looking for silver pearl earrings because I have gold ones I wear all the time and I needed a silver pair. These ones were very much needed and they're very sturdy. I love wearing them a lot. And another set of earrings that I love are these cross ones from Ava. These ones, they're very bold. They definitely do make a statement, and if you're wearing something simple, I think that they are a great piece to wear as they can really spice up something that seems very plain at first. These were definitely an investment and they're very good quality. I would highly recommend them. Moving on to more silver jewelry. This one is a butterfly necklace. It's not just like a straight chain, so it's very interesting and you have more texture in the chain, but I do love butterflies. I'm trying to buy more butterfly jewelry. This one is just part of my ever-growing collection of butterfly jewelry. And this one's also asymmetrical, as you can tell. Adds a little interesting vibe to the fit. Another necklace I have is this heart pendant one. This chain is also very thick and this pendant is also on the thicker side. And then you also have this little quote on this part. It says, "Live your dream." It's very cute. It's not exactly a choker. It kind of falls a little below the collarbone when you wear it, but the clasp is at the front, which I don't have a lot of necklaces that do that. I usually wear this when I wear tube tops or anything that has like a low neckline or a non-existent neckline, so it brings attention and adds something more to an outfit that doesn't really have a lot going on up here. And last accessory I have that I am very much a big fan of are these little plushies that I put on my bag. I think they really personalize my bag and make it feel a little bit more interesting instead of just wearing the bag by itself. Starting off with this one. This one is Fua Minato from Nijisanji. This is official Nijisanji merch, which is very expensive to get and you have to go through a third-party service to ship it to you, but it's very cute and I just love like his design, how it's like purple and pink. It's very interesting. I then have this one, which is Simeon from Obey Me. I haven't played Obey Me in a long time, but he is my favorite. I love him. This is not his regular outfit. It's his like butler outfit, but it's very cute. I don't know why he tends to fall off a lot, even though the chain is similar to all the other chains that I put on my keychains. This one is a common one that I keep in my bag. It's adorable. I love him. And then I have this Mofu Sando shark cat. My cousin actually bought this for me. I don't collect the figurines and I'm not into like collecting stuff in general, but these little cats, if I see a plushie of them or a little peeker or something, I would definitely buy it because I love them. They're so cute. This one is a chonky one also, so it does flop around when you're walking around. I really like this one. And those are all the favorites I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is a different video from what I usually do, but as I said, I wanted to do more sit down, planned videos and kind of elevate my editing style and my videos in general. I thought I would do this type of video and just show you guys what I enjoyed this past year. Let me know what your favorite watches were, what your favorite music was, what you liked to eat last year. I would love to hear all of it and add to my recommendation list, honestly. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks for the next slice of life. Thanks for watching. Bye!